Hi, this is Siraj, and welcome back on another podcast on leadership. And today we are going to talk about how a great leader knows how to connect different dots and looks at the organization in a very holistic way. And that's extremely important for any senior executive or senior leader who has to manage various stakeholders, and whether you manage different stakeholders or not, whatever your position is, whether you are a senior leader for responsible for delivery, or you are into business development or finance or marketing or sales, or you are a CX. So irrespective of where you are positioned, it is extremely important for you. That means to me is, as a leader, it is extremely important for you, number one, to have a close view of yourself, whether you are leading yourself effectively, your team effectively, your family effectively, your organization effectively, and your business effectively. So that's kind of segment one, which is for you individually to look at. And those five elements that I just discussed are at least very, very important for any leader. The next thing that I'm going to talk about is the business side of it and the people side of it. So, as a leader, when it comes to the people side of the organization, it is extremely important for you to understand how people are hired and what competency level they are hired at, and also understanding the HRIS process of the organization, the performance management process of the organization, the goals of the organization, the every single element, especially the diversity, the high potential, the employee engagement processes. So basically, you have to have a very holistic view and understanding of different components that are closely related to and important from the people perspective. And when you as a leader have broad understanding of different processes and where those processes are in terms of maturity and understanding of the data and analysis and where you stand. And one example could be for you to understand what is your diversity ratio and how that ratio is going to increase. If that's the requirement, you have to look into employee engagement and understand what is the mechanism to assess your employee engagement process in the organization, and what is your current assessment and reports of the employee engagement across organization, of course including the status for your organization within whatever capacity you are working. But holistic view is extremely important. Understanding how the overall performance management process works and how employees are performing, having an understanding of who those high potential employees are and who are the people who need development and things like that. So, to conclude and to sum up, it is extremely important for any leader for establishing him or herself for long term into the organization is to understand and clearly know the people aspects of the organization. And then the second important element is your ability as a leader to connect those dots and derive knowledge out of it, so that based on that knowledge you could take certain decisions for yourself, decision for your team, decision for the organization. So that means you have a very strong grip on your people processes, and you have a better understanding, and you know your game plan. So that's the different dots that you need to understand and connect. Also the geography and diversity and all kinds of stuff that are important and relevant from the people perspective. So if you have command on those dots, and if you're able to see through those dots, and if you're able to look at it comprehensively, remember, you're a great leader or you are at least preparing yourself to be a great leader because your eyes are already on different dots on the people side. Similarly, the next important aspect is having a very strong understanding of the business, and it starts from what the organizational business goals are and why those goals have been set the way they are set, and what is your stake in that organizational goal, and who are the key stakeholders, and who are the people responsible for accomplishing those goals. So, a very important aspect is to understand organizational strategic direction, organizational vision, organizational mission, and organizational goal for the fiscal year, and then to understand your own KRA and KPIs very, very clearly. It is extremely important. While you all know that as a leader, your responsibilities are not just confined to your KRAs or KPIs, it is much more beyond it. So then you need to understand the customers, who those customers are and who are your customers within your circle of influence and within your capacity, within the profile that you have, or even beyond. A very holistic view of organizational business processes, extremely important. It is definitely important for you as a leader to understand business improvement processes, the quality processes, the organizational capability and the organizational technical capability, understanding your core products, understanding your core capability, and understanding the gaps if there are, and understanding how the business functions. So, and you could explore more of these different dots within the business. So in today's discussion, we focused on three key elements. Number one, for you as a leader to have a very clear understanding of how you're leading yourself, your team, your family, your business, your organization. These are 4 or 5 levels where you need to be absolutely clear. So that's number one, and I always emphasize on this. Number two is different dots within the people domain and different dots within the business domain. So, as a leader, when you are at the helm of affairs and you are the head of the organization or a function or a vertical or maybe accounts or delivery or operations, wherever you are, but you have the basic understanding of where organization stands in terms of people and what are those different dots and the business dots and your personal capability. And when you have these in your mind, collectively, the sum total of this information and knowledge empowers you as a leader, gives you a lot of confidence as a leader to confront your CXOs and CEOs and talk to them. And it actually makes you a very strong leader. So today's discussion basically was on these three elements and primarily connecting dots. So remember, as a leader, you have to find different key dots and you have to connect those dots, and you have to have a holistic view and keep an eye on all the key aspects, and you will definitely be a successful leader. Well, I hope this small discussion was helpful to you. Hope to interact with you or talk to you on some other topic next time. Thank you so much. Bye bye.